Welcome to Gypsy Road. How's everybody doing this morning? I hope everybody's doing great. It's getting closer to Friday. And the best thing to do when you start getting closer to Friday, just, get yourself a cup of coffee. Let's enjoy ourselves and have a good time. A lot of people who know me know that I don't like to do political videos about people because political is just too much bullshit. And we've got too much in our lives to worry about the bullshit that really goes on out there. But there's something the other day that really, really got under my skin. Bill Maher. The man is nothing but a punk. The man has no clue in life. And it's weird to see him bash Donald Trump, where Donald Trump is the brainless, no good son of a bitch himself. In these two men, Bill Maher and Donald Trump, all they do is represent hate. Hate, hate, hate. If you know the cover picture of this show, you see Donald Trump, you see a gorilla, and you see Bill Maher. Now, I don't have Kevin Smith on the cover, but, out of those four, I would love to hang out and have a beer with the gorilla and Kevin Smith. Those are, to me, true people on this planet. Bill Maher and Donald Trump is nothing but hatred. The other day, Bill Maher, again, was talking about like Stan Lee, that he wasn't making fun of Stan Lee. He was making fun of everybody who likes the comic books if they're older. And he took a shot at Kevin Smith on what he was wearing. And that's pretty sad. That's pretty sad. We always talk about we should start living in the world where we don't judge the way other people are, because when you start judging people, it's when people start going back into the closet. They can't be themselves. And, unfortunately, suicide happens in this world. And one of the biggest issues on suicide is one of them, just one of them. There's a lot of different issues why people commit suicide, is depression, being depressed. It's like a disease. It really is. When people are depressed, that's when bad things usually happens. And some people are telling, you should be out in the open. You should express yourself. You start seeing people coming out of closets. You start seeing people admitting that they're gay or they're transgender, or you love comics. It doesn't matter if you're 40, 50, 60, or 70. You should live in a life where you should do what you love. How like people talk about, I'm 45. People talk about, you live in the 80s, you live in the 90s, you should start listening to new music. You should, get away from all that music you listen to the 80s and 90s. And I say, listen, I like new music. I like what I like. If I like something, I'm going to listen to it. I'm not going to fake myself to like something else just because you think I should. And that's the problem with Bill Maher does. If somebody loves to read comics, doesn't matter what age they are, they should feel free to do it. They should feel free. When he talking about Donald Trump, he should be looking himself in the mirror and saying, I'm doing the same thing. By making people depressed again, trying to put people back in the closet, does nobody any good. Listen, I have a 14-year-old son. He loves playing Dungeons and Dragons. Every Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday, I take him down to a local comic book store right here in Des Moines, Washington. And he's probably one of the youngest kids there. And he plays with a lot of older people. And I drop him off. I leave with these people because they're great, lovable people. They just there to have a good time. To pull that away and make these people feel like they should take off their Star Wars shirts. I love Star Wars. You guys know that. I wear Star Wars shirts all the time. You should take off the comic book shirt. You should put away those comic books and wear big boy pants and wear $1,000 suits and then go to fancy restaurants and then you shouldn't have to do that. And, Bill Maher's part of the organization group that they're a bunch of crooks themselves. They're just rich crooks. They steal from the people. They're crooked. They're all crooks. So for them to bash people, for him to bash, why? Why do you need to do that? One of the biggest things we don't like about Donald Trump is he always texts talking crap about people. He was talking crap about Howard Schultz because he's running for president. Now, I have my own reason why I'm angry at Howard Schultz because he sold the Sonics, and now, they're in freaking Oklahoma. But if he wants to run for president, he should. And shit, if he's running as an independent, I might have to vote for him because I think the biggest problem in this world is we're voting too much Democrats, Republicans as it is. Let's get independents. Let's get new blood in there. But Bill Maher is just a sad person. He's a sad person. He uses his fancy words, his fancy this to keep talking shit. But really, you don't talk bad about the way somebody dressed? Man, Kevin Smith is one of the most true, honest guys I ever watched. I love his movies. He's just an honest person. He teaches you, be yourself. You don't have to pretend to be somebody else. And for them to keep bashing and people go see comic book movies, it's ruining Hollywood. No, it's not. It's giving entertainment to people. More people are going to the movies more than ever. So that's great. And what people forget is big time comic book movies. Okay, look at it this way. College. You got big college football programs. Okay, I live in Washington. I live in Seattle. So you got the Washington Huskies. And people say, well, we should put more money in education versus football. But if it wasn't for the big dog, all that money, that money that the big dogs make funds all these other programs. So these comic book movies that they make fun of is now producing a lot of money for the studios to make these smaller movies. So if they have to take a loss, at least it ain't that loss because, you made Aquaman for like $200 million and it made over $1 billion. You got $800 million profit. That's going to help fund all these other smaller movies that maybe in the past they want to take a chance because they're more tight on the money that they're spending. So hate is the enemy to everything. And Bill Maher should really fully come out in the air and apologize for making fun of people. I always say the best American way to do anything in life is if you're gonna make fun of somebody, do behind their backs. Nobody hears it. Just make fun. Go to your own room, shut the door, and talk bad about somebody. Never talk bad about people in front of other people because all that does is just extends your hate. Because you got little clones gonna follow them. Oh, Bill Maher's great. Kevin Smith is dressing like this. He should be a grown man. Grown men don't do this. Hey, a grown man is paying the bills. That's what a grown man is. Paying the bills. Living day by day. Doing your part to society. Helping other people out. Being honest. That's what a grown man is. Doesn't matter what he wears. Doesn't matter what the color is. Doesn't matter if you're a female, you're a male. And I think Bill Maher is just lost in life. Him and Donald Trump should go take off. Like I said, I have more respect for the gorilla and good old Kevin Smith. Hey guys, gorilla, Kevin Smith, that's how I'll go hang out at the zoo, have a beer. I don't know if we're allowed to have beer at the zoo, but maybe if I'm hanging out with Kevin Smith to allow us to have some beers and go watch some gorillas and just talk about how you guys are not the true gorillas out there. It's goddamn people like Bill Maher and Donald Trump. Those are the gorillas out there. So, guys, I just want to express my little opinion about that whole thing. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you could just go to YouTube or Google Bill Maher making fun of Kevin Smith, and you see the whole articles. You see what he said Bill Maher said on his video. It's just disgusting, and he's no better than Donald Trump. He's way no better than Donald Trump. Maybe they should build a special wall for those two assholes and trap them on the island, build that wall so they can never get off. And then we can just start sitting all the other hatred people out there that we don't need in this world. So, all right, guys, have a nice day. Hopefully you make it through Friday, get through the weekend, get away from the work world, because you work for the man who doesn't even know your name. So, all right, guys, talk to you guys later.